I hope everybody slept good. TGIF. Thank God it's freaking Friday. Thank you. That's my favorite gift. Hello. Yes, I try to do the little yellow thing now, everybody. Try to make it a little bright situation for everybody. I gotta start streaming earlier. It's kind of hard. The kids went back to school, so I'm trying to get in there and stuff like that. Thank you, my love. I'm trying to get them ready for school. What's up, love? Get here and get myself ready at the same time. So it is definitely a lot. It's definitely a lot to swallow. Um, how y'all feeling today? I have three guests. And I have a co-host today. Co-host. I was getting nervous, which you understand why I get so nervous. I talk junk to you guys every freaking day. Is that like ridiculous? So my co-host today is good morning. Thank you, y'all. Good morning. My co-host today is Ink. He will be helping me through here. I got like a couple of questions. I don't have a lot because I really want people to just, get in tune with what they talking about. I have three guests. I have Reek and Vic, I have Nico, and I have Jess. This today's topic is see when I was talking about this topic, people would just be like, I forgive, but I don't forget. Or I don't do either. Or it's something, either or, whatever. So today's topic is forgive and forget, or forgive or forget. So I want to hear a situation where you had to, just one. I know it'd be a couple of situations, but I just need like one. That God forgave you can't. I definitely understand that. A lot of people say that. A lot of people say that. But when it comes to the situation, you never know what exactly it is, So we could be speaking on anything today. I'm gonna let my co-host in the box. Good morning, y'all. See y'all. Good morning. See, I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. When I first started the feature, I was trying to be more of like stuck up here instead of down there. But today I'm on my LoLo brighter side situation. So I'm trying to stay in tune with both the comments and the people in the box. So I'm gonna be talking a little bit junk today. Hey Ink, introduce yourself to everybody if they don't know who you are.
Uh, yeah, man. Ink, formerly known as Inked and Bearded. Lowe's number 3. Uh,
Good morning.
Certified killer on the app. Some people hate me, some people love me. Uh, you know, I have one of the non-biased minds on the app, so I don't take nobody's side on it. I was gonna cuss. You gotta keep it clean.
Look
I
at
do.
you turning the negative into a positive. Aww.
I really haven't started yet, but yeah, man, I'm probably one of the most non-biased minds on the app. So, I don't take nobody's side on anything. I go off facts, and what's right is right, man.
Definitely. So yeah, I was telling them, today's topic is good morning, y'all. Thank you. I was telling them, today's topic is forgive and forget, or
Hmm.
forgive or forget.
Okay, that's a good topic. That's a good topic.
Mm.
I feel like a lot of the forgiveness is the hurt people hold on to. We'll get into that.
I say, because I've been through a lot in life. And I say, really, honestly, all jokes aside, my biggest accomplishment is forgiving myself and forgetting the bullshit I put myself through. And I say, I put myself through because you only go through what you put yourself through sometimes. You feel me?
That,
So
I'm
I
from
definitely,
all the
yeah. I just tried to I was trying to butter it up
time.
a little bit. Good
Look, I
morning.
want people from today's episode. What I want people to get is the reality that everything happens to us because we allow it to happen to us. All right, everything. The people we
Mm,
mess with, the kids we have, uh,
mm.
the friends we make, the friends we lose. You know what I'm saying? It's all because we allow stuff to happen to us. You know what I mean? The broken relationships that happen to have the kid to come out of it. You know what I'm saying? That hurt that people tend to hold on to. Yeah, man, that's what today is about.
Hmm.
That's what today is about.
Definitely is. Definitely is. Have you like we going in the process of me talking to Ink, can my guest box up if y'all are here? Because you know we don't hold up no show. You understand? So if you're in here, you can definitely box up. But Ink, have you know, real quick question. Have you ever been through a situation where you had to do forgiving and
Oh
forgetting?
yeah, for sure, man. My biggest one was my baby mom. I'm not gonna sit here and cap. I don't have the best relationship with my baby mom. I wish it was better for the sake of my daughter. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I can't. What I used to do, I used to live my life for my kid. You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of my life was messed up. You know what I mean? Because I wasn't doing things for myself. So, my baby mom put me through hell. Like I don't know how
Good
everybody,
morning.
I don't know if anybody on the app has actually had a burden, but I have a burden, but I had to forgive I forgave her. I don't know. That's the thing, people. It's gonna sound cliche. It is okay to forgive. You don't never forget, but you don't hold on, if it makes sense. It's okay to
Mm.
forgive. You never forget,
Good
but don't
morning.
hold on to the hurt.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I could sit here and be the most bitter nigga or bitter man on the app. You know what I'm saying? If I really knew the story behind my baby mom, I'd be like, yo, why ain't you in jail, Ink? You know what I'm saying? But you can't hold on to that hurt, man. You gotta think about a lot of bitter women that I ran into. You know what I'm saying? They talk about their old dudes, and it's like, bro, let the hurt go. You know? So forgiveness is key in anything. And it starts with self first. But we'll
You heard
continue
that.
to that first
We will
guest.
continue. So well, let me see who we got in this box. Ooh, think that it. Our first guest is Rick and Vic. Hello. Good morning, y'all. Welcome to the brighter side with Lolo. Today's topic is forgive and forget, or forgive or forget, either or. I don't know. You know, everybody be like, I ain't forgiving, I ain't forgetting. I don't know what you talking about. So I just want to see where everybody's mind frame is at and see if we could take heed to anybody's situation and take some advice from it. Because, some of us, we might be all different, but we all kind of been through the kind of similar things. You feel me? So, Rick and Vic, how you doing? Introduce yourself to the people.
Good morning, Trenlo, and thank you for
Good
having me
morning,
on here.
y'all. Thank you
Good
for
morning.
coming.
I'm Rick and Vic. I'm a guy that has a lot of opinions on a lot of things. I'm very loud. But this when Trenlo mentioned that topic, I was like, I'm gonna pick that to be the first time I go do anybody's show, which I don't ever do. And but I offered to do that for her because I have a lot of respect for her. And I
Thank
have
you.
that particular topic. I have a lot of. It's really the theme of my life. The last 4 or 5 years, I had a lot of change in my life, and it's changed my life with how to handle that. And it was with my ex-wife, and a lot of people know part of that a little bit, but here I'll share something on it that really affects me in a big way. So I'll talk about cheating is a very sensitive thing for me, and that's what kind of ended my marriage. That I forgave. And
We gonna get there. We gonna get there. So, all right. My question was, what was the situation? Your
yeah,
biggest having to forgive and forget situation.
it is that, and the cheating part of it, I forgave. And I'll be honest with you, I've pretty much forgotten about. This has been almost 3 years
Good
now.
morning.
The thing that I can't still yet forgive or forget on is the walking out on the kids for a month and that, and disappearing on my children. That I still have a struggle with. And I don't trust after that. And I don't really talk about that much, but I'll mention it on here because that's the vulnerable part of it that, is a reality. Like, what do you do with that? That's a hard struggle. I'm pretty sure at some point down the road, I'll let that go. But, the cheating part of forgiving it and forgetting about it for me was for, some of it for her, but most of it for me. That gave me my peace to just kind of do my thing and move on instead of holding on to it and having a lot of ways that it's going to reflect anger towards a lot of other people. Um, I don't know if you had a question, but I want to mention something if I could.
Oh yeah,
The,
go ahead.
the, the
Matter of
thing
fact,
that's
because you might answer one of my questions.
shoot,
You might answer one of my questions.
you
I
gotta stop
wanted.
me. You gotta
I'm
stop
gonna
me.
ask you this question, and then you can tell me what you was gonna tell me. I wanted to ask, like, how was it working through this process of having to forgive and forget and walking out on the children and everything and leaving everything behind? How was it? How was it going through that?
Okay, so I lost 40 pounds in 4 months. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. I didn't really do my job effectively. I had to one day to the next go from having a partner in a home with me to getting three kids to three different schools and having one kid clutch me in terror. Is dad gonna be gone? When is he not gonna come back and get me like how mom left? Dealing with a lot of things like that with the children is very traumatic, very, very difficult. Having a partner who basically didn't want to pick up the phone and didn't want to hear about it at all, that affected me significantly because I didn't expect that. And not reaching out to anybody to help because I figured, hey, I got to just figure it out. That was difficult. I will say I had one close friend that helped me, and I had a therapist. I'm a big believer in therapy. I think everybody should do that in the Hispanic community. I think a lot of people in our community, we don't look at therapy and mental health as a stigma and it's a sign of weakness. That's the way I was raised. And thank you for sharing. I kind of reject that. And the last 3 or 4 years, I've been very open to that, and it's helped me significantly. That was something I
Definitely,
needed. It got me through that.
definitely. So what were you about to say to me? Taking
So the thing
to
I was gonna say where I have taken that into my life now is the relationships I build with people now. I'm very cognizant of I make mistakes. Other people make mistakes. I can forgive. Thank you for clear. I can forgive small things, small grievances, small mistakes. I can forgive big ones, people, and I forget about them. So I don't hold on to them and affect the relationships I build with them. As long as that person's intent with me is pure and it's a genuine person with me, I can forgive and forget anything with people after coming out of that experience. That's something I didn't anticipate. That's the
so it
positive
helped you
side.
learn, like it helped you learn a lot, like from going to being two to being one. It helped you
Yeah.
learn so much. Like so in like what do you look for now moving into situations now? Like what are your red flags that you're looking up for so you don't have to be, because I know everything is sometimes repetitive in life. We always go through like a revolving door. We always find ourselves in the same situation. How do you cut that right off? Because how long have you been divorced for now?
So it's been almost 3 years. I've not been in a single relationship since. I've dated casually, and I've not let any woman meet my children at all.
That's
And it's a big deal for me. My mom, when my dad passed when I was 9, my mom brought a lot of men around, and it did affect us. And so I don't. My view, everybody's got their own way of doing it, but my view is, my kids, they don't have that mother presence in their life like the way they should, and they're just such great kids that any woman who comes around with any kind of affection, compassion, and motherly instinct to them, they're gonna like grab onto that immediately. And I'm a very sensitive man, and I love my children more than anything in the world. You can get me through my kids, and
mm-hmm.
I don't want that to be a case. I'd like to actually have a foundational relationship with somebody based on you and me, and then bring you into that, from that. So I've learned a lot of patience. That's one thing I'm gonna say. I do not have a lot of patience naturally and easily, but it has taught me a lot of patience and getting to know people and having shared values, doing things that you enjoy around each other. Because if you do that and you start that from that and you build from that, when conflict inevitably comes, you lean on that to work through that. So it's just taught me a lot. I'm an adult now, and I wasn't for a long time.
So like look at that. That was just a cue on my negative turning into a positive. And that was you like going through your situation and you saying, before you weren't as an adult, as of a man as you are now. So that situation actually made you go through your breakthrough of becoming a better man, a better father, and being able to be with your kids 100%. But I see, I feel like what I wanted to ask you was how did, because you just mentioned you know, their mom, they're more with you. Like, how did that situation come about? Usually when it's the kids go with their mom. That's where we going, and dad's gonna get the visit. So you must have strongly felt like, listen, this is what I'm fighting for. Like, how did you come about that?
it was really disappointing. I'll be honest with you. It was how that shook out because what we had always discussed, hey, if anything ever happened, we're just going to split the kids 50-50. A lot of people say that, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if a lot of people know this, but when you're married, when you go through a divorce, before you do any kind of divorce agreement, you do a separation agreement. So you go in with the lawyers, sit down, and there's a agreement you put together through the separation, what's going to exist. Her lawyer with her came to that meeting asking for her to only have the kids 2 weekends a month. That was it. That was her request. And that was
Oh,
the
so
first
she
thing.
automatically was like, "Oh, he a good
That was
father."
just,
Like, listen, you
yeah.
going over
The
there?
first thing, because she knew she would say later on that you always told me if we ever weren't together that I leave, but my kids stay. I did always tell her that. But that doesn't mean you gotta have to listen to that. If you want
I
your
was about to
kids, you fight
say,
that, right?
you
If
know,
you
I'm
want your
like,
kids, you
okay,
gotta fight
I
that.
leave. They going on my back with me. Okay, we're going together. What are you talking about? But I
So it's
was
still
question is, was she like through your marriage? Did she go out? Did she do anything and things like that, or was she like a homebody, a house mom, and stuff like that? Because
she
that
liked to
might
be out a lot, but the way we had things, she wasn't able to get a job the way she wanted, and she asked me, "Hey, can I just take care of the home and the kids?" I didn't want that, but I allowed that because I loved her and I'm going to support what she wants to do. But that was not the life for her. I knew that. I knew she would regret that. But what am I? That's something I've learned in the future now about compatibility. Because at that time where we're together in that place, I want to support her, but I knew down the road she was going to regret that. But then if I did something too, that's, oh, you're trying to tell a woman what to do. So if she wanted to do it, I followed her on that route, and it went the way. It was just a bad match, her and I. And I learned a lot through that. I have a lot of accountability on that. I made a lot of mistakes. I made a lot of things worse. There was somebody, a friend in my life right now that I value is very important to me, and I kind of feel like things happen for a reason. And this person, I have kind of a second chance at a good friendship with her to do it right. She reminds me of a lot of things on ways I would do wrong
look at
previously.
God bring a thing back around. They say when if it come back, it's meant to be. But see, you I know you're very protective of your children, but I don't. I want to say how you say it. Like, don't stop yourself from finding love because of the situation you've been through. You can still find that type of love, and keep that energy away from your children. It's possible to do that for a while till you're able and you're comfortable with that person to bring around your kids. You feel me? Because I feel like if you're a great man and there's times I know you like, I want to be with somebody. I miss the waking up. I miss the, and if that person that you said that was just brung back around in your life, the negative side is you had that situation. The positive side is you made beautiful kids and now you're free and you're able to find something bigger and better for you. So don't allow that what you've been through to stop you from building a better relationship with somebody. Cause
That's what
I know you, Rican, and you sitting there like, all I'm thinking about is my kids, all right? Don't be like those parents that be like, yo, I'm gonna be like this until my kids is 18 and they understand that no, make sure you happy too. You understand what I'm saying? Because you definitely deserve it. If you are the person that you are the person that you say that thank you, brother. And you're a great man, great father. You deserve that happiness. You deserve all of that.
I'm
So
working on. I'm working on it.
definitely, definitely, definitely. Um, I'm doing questions from the audience. Let's see if y'all know how to behave today, guys. Do you guys have any questions for Rican? Like, ask him anything. Maybe people been through the same situation. Maybe they need some advice. Before the questions start, Rican, do you like have any advice for people that been through your situation or are trying to or can relate or forgave or had needed to forgive? What you have to say as far as forgiving and forgetting? Because I feel like holding a grudge. I'm not God and I can't do it. It takes too much energy for me to be thinking about what you did to me. I got to think about how I put myself in that situation for it to be done to me. So I just I act like things never happened, but that's just me. How do you what about you? What you got to say?
Yeah, my first thing I would say is, and this was the biggest thing I had to work on, is just because something may have happened and you were slighted doesn't mean you can't look in the mirror and hold yourself accountable for your part in it. Like be accountable to yourself for what you brought to that situation, and don't hide from that, because you really can't grow coming out of that if you're not honest with yourself, and you're really kind of doomed to repeat the same mistakes. That's my first one. I'd say right off the bat. Be honest with
Mm,
yourself. What did you have to bring in that situation, and just hold yourself accountable as a person, and look to correct that. The other thing I would say is, like, I come out of it saying, you know what, I want to be the best person I can be. Outside of that, now coming out of that situation, and whatever it is that you want from coming out of a situation like that, ask yourself, this is something that you do the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do when you're not sure what you should do. Every time I get faced with a situation, like, what is the right thing to do, with not what I want to do, but what's the right thing to do. And if you make that decision on the right thing to do on character, 9 out of 10 times you're going to end up in the right path. You may not have the thing you want come out of it. I've learned that a lot. I don't get the thing that I want a
mm-hmm.
lot of time, but I tell my kids all the time, doing the right thing is its own reward. And I just try to stay on the right side of things as much as possible. Everybody make mistakes, but if you're on that path to do that, you're gonna come out better in the long run than an empty, hollow experience of what you wanted. You know what I mean?
Definitely, definitely. Anybody got some questions for Rican? Have you not found love because you are nervous about bringing new women around your kids?
The first year and a half, yes. I turned down about 5 different women that wanted to continue further with me because I was too scared. I was too scared. That was for about a year and a half. Yes. The last year and a half or so, it's more of, I'm being extremely cautious to I want a certain level of compatibility. I want the next person I'm with to be my best friend. I want that to be somebody that has shared activities that I like. I want that to be somebody where they're in a place in life, like I'm in a place in life, both mentally, intellectually, career wise. Because having those gaps in those things are problems for me. I can be a monster accidentally. It's more about me than that other person. Is for me to, like, where I say to be the best person I could be, there's certain things I know I can't be around that are going to have me say things hurtful or be a bad partner to somebody. So yeah, the kids are
Definitely,
not. I
Bonita.
have loosened on that. I have loosened on that considerably.
But wait,
But
are
I'm
you
also
dealing with women also that have children?
okay. So I'm open to either, and that was another thing I used to say. If you didn't have kids, I'm not going to date you, because at some point you're going to want to have kids, and I don't want to have more kids. But
Oh, you trying to find the easy way. You
I've
think
even gotten
because a
open
female
minded.
have kids, you don't think a female gonna want to have a kid with you, even if she got some kids.
I'm open minded. I am open minded now. I am open minded on all of it. Even on remarrying. I can't even believe I'm saying that out loud anymore. But I'm open minded because, a therapist was right. She said, listen, give it time. As time goes on, you're going to be more open to that. And listen, when I love like every part of me. So, like, and I put that person way above me first. So, like, I already know if I run into somebody who I feel that strongly about, I'm gonna be open minded to all that. I'm just being cautious to not make the same mistake twice, as far as meeting somebody that some infatuation or some connections hit on and running too fast with someone. I like to take my time. If you take your time with someone, 3, 5, 6 months, and not have the physical component, let's say, overrule the thing, if you just take your time, you end up finding a lot of times you really don't click with that person long term. So why do I want to spend a year and a half of my life in a relationship and then saying, well, we're here, let's try to figure it out? I'd rather take my time, be my friend, come out and do things with me, see if if that thing naturally just kind of takes this course, and 6 months from down the road we actually still see each other that way. Then that's
Hmm.
that's a real thing. Or maybe we end up just being friends. So that's kind of
Definitely,
just being patient. I'm being patient, and I'm not wasting my time by being patient. I feel like I'm just
definitely.
having good experiences and meeting good people. But I'm also stubborn, so
Period.
I'm open. I'm trying to take
Very
advice from people.
stubborn, right?
I'm trying to take advice. I'm trying,
Def-
people. I'm
no, you got to listen to your therapist. Damn it, she's right.
I
So,
do. I do.
but what I was gonna say is, y'all heard it from Rican Vic himself. I definitely appreciate him for coming through. You got one more last word you want to leave us with? How to catch you? Where to catch you at?
The last one I'm gonna leave you with is this. I have tremendous respect for this woman. I'm very appreciative of her friendship. I'm very appreciative of how she treats people on the app on here. And I want to say thank you to everybody who supports her. And I'm here in a big way, and thank you for allowing me to come out here.
No, thank you. I appreciate you. Y'all make sure y'all hit Reek and Vic with the fade. Let them know when you be streaming because he a busy man. He be working and stuff. He ain't got time for y'all like
7 days a week.
that.
We have a couple cool things. We do Town Hall Thursdays where we kind of do Tag 101 and we bring up topics for people on Tag that are brought up by people on Tag. And so we do that on Thursdays and some other fun stuff too. We do a little bit of everything. It's a mixed bag. But yeah, I didn't really want to promote myself really here. I
Thank
just
you
want to take
so much. This why I deal with you. Thank you so much, Regan. I
thank you.
appreciate you. Have a
Thank
good day. I see you in a little few. Let me let Ink back in the box. And before we get to my next guest, which is Nico, we gonna have I told y'all we had that every Friday now. We're gonna have a little something for y'all at 11:30. Hello, Ink.
Yo, what's up, y'all? Hey, Rick and Vic, man, that was a dope interview, bro. I enjoyed it. So salute to you for coming through, man. I took some notes, so this is what I'm going to be doing. I took some notes, man. To chime in on a couple of things you said, man. One of the biggest things you said was we were talking about right is right, wrong is wrong, man, and looking at situations and understanding how you're moving. Is it the right way or the wrong way, man? People, that's called ethics, man. I know what ethics is called. That's what it is when you break it down into the simplest form. Right is right, wrong is wrong. And when most of our actions after a situation, um, this is when you have to understand that is what you're doing right. A lot of stuff that we do is spiteful. A lot of stuff that people do is spiteful. It's a get back. You know what I mean? You'll never win like that. So salute to you, man, for understanding the ethical part of life, man. My last thing was about your kids, bro. As a man, I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. Do not stunt your life. Do not stunt your life because you scared. Okay. Number one, it's gonna sound fucked up to say, or
Language.
messed up to say, but I hope a lot of you feel this. We didn't make our kids for us. Okay, right? We like to stunt and slow down our lives, right? And put our kids at number one in our lives. And when they turn 18 and leave that house, we don't have nothing to show for it. Okay, we made our kids for someone else to be happy. Okay. So it's okay. It is okay. It is okay to shelter them, you know what I'm saying, for a certain extent, but don't make it to where you're stunting yourself and your growth in life.
How many of y'all agree with that? Because I feel like I made my kids to do what I told them to do. That's how I made it. To do what I told you to do, okay? And
Right.
when you're
At a young
done
age,
doing
for
what I
sure.
told you to
They
do,
are they
now you
are
got to
our
go do some
slaves.
more.
Yeah, they definitely are slaves till 18 for sure, for
They ain't
sure. You know what I mean?
nothing. They didn't ask to be here. Listen, ain't nobody. I didn't
Facts.
wake up. I tell my mother all the time. Did I wake up and say, "Hey, did I ask to be here?" No, I did not. So I know they didn't ask to be here. If it
I
wasn't for
didn't ever told that to
me,
my mom. I probably
you
would have got
know,
smacked.
I say it over the phone. You got to be smart. You got to
Oh
know how to
yeah,
say
yeah.
things. You see, that's your problem now. Y'all talking directly to your mother. You got to say things over the phone. And then, hello,
Right.
no service now.
I'm not finna get smacked. Y'all know.
But real quick, let me let Lou in. I told y'all I got something special for y'all. I don't know if y'all was here last week for him. I swear I think he was talking to me. And I don't care what you say, he was talking to me. And he was looking at me and talking to me. But I'm gonna let this man in the box and y'all get it together, y'all, okay? And then we're gonna have our next guest, which is Nico. Again, welcome to the brighter side with Lolo. Today's topic is forgive and forget, or forgive or forget. Hi, Lou.
Hello, hello. How you doing, beautiful?
I'm good in yourself.
Oh man, I'm great. I'm great. I'm blessed. On the brighter side of things, we up this morning, so it's always a blessing. Always a blessing.
Definitely.
So I ain't gonna hold you too long because I know we on a time frame thing. So I'm gonna stick to the topic. Forgive and forget. Let's rock with it. Y'all ready? Let's go.
Definitely.
See, I get it. I understand how life can be conflicted. I don't really blame you. See, more or less, I blame me. Understanding the situation on most things and see my complete healing only came when I understood you before I understood me. I mean, listen, we all have our own desires and what we seek in life, but understand that, see, patience was the one thing that I told you I always have from the very beginning. I'll patiently wait for you when you're ready. See, I'm not going to neglect where you stand or how you feel, because, see, my love for you was already deep enough, baby. See, you already got my heart, and you didn't even know. First time I laid eyes on you, I knew exactly where I would be and what I needed. That was everything about you. See, you are the very existence that keeps me riding, keep me flying, and even though that I understand where we at. We can take this roller coaster ride if you like, but I mean, the sky has no limits for us. And if you're worried about falling, baby, please don't worry. I'm gonna catch you because we can fly. I mean, let the wings carry you if need be. Let me take you to places you've never seen. Move through seas that don't worry. And during your period of time while you're working on your healing, I will continually work on building this sanctuary where you'll find your peace. Oh, you free here, judgment free. See, me, my love is unconditional no matter what side of the rope you decide to be on, because forever I'll be there for you, waiting for you, loving you, needing you. I mean, I'm addicted to you like a fiend to that coke thing. So you my favorite late night dream, and everything about you is everything that I've ever seen. And when God said he created something beautiful, he had to create you for me. Perfectly in your imperfections that make you so perfect for me. So yeah, everything. Oh baby, your love. Unconditional love. So just know I always forgive you. And you'll always have a place in my heart, no matter what they say. I appreciate you, love.
I appreciate you too. I thought I did something for a minute. I thought he needed to forgive me. I don't. That's why I say stop looking at me when you be doing these poems.
My bad. I'm sorry.
But thank you,
It be the
baby.
eyes.
Make sure y'all.
They catch
Y'all make sure y'all fave him up. He will be here every Friday, hopefully, 11 a.m. Eastern time. So make sure y'all fave him up. Hello, hello. Thank you, baby. I appreciate you once again. Later, y'all in with the fave. So I already know y'all was feeling that. Y'all don't even gotta tell me. You're welcome, ladies. You're welcome. So we gonna let our next guest in. We got Mr. Oh, hold on. And my co-host in. Hello, co-host, because my co-host got something to say.
Yo, I want to
Don't
jump him,
hate.
bro.
Don't hate. Don't hate.
I want to jump him, bro.
Why? Because
Fellas,
you
yo,
can't. You
he's
ain't
taking our
smooth with your
ladies,
you
dog.
ain't smooth with your words. You don't know how to put it together.
That
You want
man
to
smooth, bro.
he be looking right at you when he be talking too. So
Bro, look, I was trying to look out the screen. I had to look back, like, what? Who is this man? We gotta jump him, fellas.
God created a monster. Let's let our next guest in the box, Mr. Nico himself. Hello,
baby.
hello.
Hey, Lolo.
Mr. Oh, let me present him right, Mr. Next 16.
No, Mr. Neek 16. You hear
Shit.
me? Nico.
Maybe I was thinking about.
I may get
You know what?
next.
This is the brightest side. We're gonna talk about that later. I was thinking about something else.
I may get next from, you know what I'm saying, fine
That's
breeze.
what. You know what? You know what? I think we was on the same. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the brightest side with Lolo, y'all. Introduce yourself.
Okay, so my name originally is part of my government name was Nico. That's what everybody know me by. Some people still call me Nico, and you still can call me Nico. This I branded myself, so it's Neek 16, and I'm Neek 16 on all platforms. I audio engineer. I'm a music producer. I'm a recording artist, and I'm a songwriter. And I own my own business, which is self-corporated. I trademarked the name Neek 16. So this is a trademark. You feel me? Neek 16 is branded everywhere. So I was like, okay. So since I branded myself with my music and everything, why not put this name on all platforms. So it's still Nico, but you could call me Neek 16, Neek, Nico, however you want to do it. You feel?
Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Y'all heard this man. Listen, he multitasking to everything. He dibbling and dabbling. He's smart. He branded and making trademarks. You tell him like I tell him, if you use my stuff, I'ma sue you. Good morning, y'all. Today's topic is forgive or forget. Forgive
Mhm.
and forget. Because, like I said, some people ain't with neither or maybe
Fact.
one of them,
Mhm.
right? So, what was the hardest? What was your hardest situation where you found yourself with this topic?
Um, the hardest situation, it was two. It's two scenarios. One of the most ones that I really need to overcome this is, my sister passed away due to domestic violence. You feel me? And so I know, like, the dude, okay, he's incarcerated and all that, but it was finna put me in a predicament where I might
Sorry
would,
to hear that.
yeah, I might would have went to jail because, you feel me, I just beat a gun case. You know what I'm saying? And at the time, I was armed. You feel me? And I possibly could have, you feel me, went to jail for taking his life because he took my sister life. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like God makes stuff happen for a reason because they incarcerated him before I got to him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
but
yeah.
what I was gonna say,
So
we don't
I
even
really
know.
I really had to, you know what I'm saying, take that with a grain of salt. Like, bro, if you hold that grudge, it's not gonna get no better. Because somebody told me some real stuff, Lo. They was like, basically, while you sitting there angry, grumpy and all that, and mad at the world and ready to do something, this, that, and the third, that person is somewhere asleep. You know what I'm saying? Sleep, enjoying their life, not paying you no attention. So it's like, I can't sit there, you know what I'm saying? He in jail, all this, that. I can't touch the man. You feel me? So
And he's in jail for what he did to your sister, right?
yeah, you know
So
what I'm
he's
saying? Yeah.
paying
So
for it. That's
exactly.
the
So
thing is,
I had
I
to
don't
let go.
think I don't think your sister, will want you to jeopardize the things that you got going on for anything.
Mm-hmm.
If they already got him where
Right.
he's supposed to be at. God
Right.
always works in mysterious ways, and maybe we might ask why did it happen, why it had to happen like this, but it happens like that. Like I'm still, like I know I could never forgive the person that murdered my brother. I could never forgive them, but I can't forget either. I can't. It's like, but I work through it. You feel me? Because there's
Yeah.
nothing I could do about it but work through it and live life and do the things that I know my brother
Factual.
wanted me to accomplish. You feel me?
And
So
then another
how
thing, what you was gonna say, Mama?
how did you how do you work like through the
Work with that.
situation? How did you work through
I
all of this?
work
Because
with that
losing a sibling
situation.
is hard.
I work with that situation by spiritually inclining myself and learning how life works as far as comedic and energetic like energy, you know what I'm saying? Cuz I'm not a spiritual person. I'm not a religious person. I'm a spiritual person and I'm a comedic person. That means I go off energy. And so if you know the logistics behind life, like basically when you force too much energy in the wrong place, your life dwells with that energy, and it's like you're just gonna have a negative spirit and a negative bubble around you. So me knowing that I can block my blessings, you feel me, that's what made me deal with it, because it's like I'm not gonna block all this good stuff God got in store for me. You know what I'm saying? That's how I deal with it. It just clicks in the back of my mind, like, bro, do you know if you sit there and you worry about, you know what I'm saying, this man or this person or anything, that's gonna, because you're too focused thinking about the past when what's in front of you. So think about it. If it's like you in a car, if you keep looking back, you ain't gonna see what's in front of you and you're gonna end up hitting something. You know what I'm saying? Just because
Mm-hmm.
looking back, steady
Because you
looking
keep
back.
looking back.
Exactly. So that's how I learned how to deal with it. It's a energy. It's a way of thinking. It's a logic behind it. It just helped me like settle with it. And then like another thing I had to forgive. It goes along with the same thing. It's just like the people on the app. Start forgiving these people on the app, y'all. If you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping. You know what I'm saying? So
Ain't
um,
nothing a conversation can't fix.
I look at it like that too, Lo. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a few people that I even forgave in your room. You know, I'm not messy, so I ain't gonna single nobody out. It's a few people I forgave because they know they was in the wrong for like going behind my back and, you know, trying to persuade people not to rock with me. Be honest with me. You never met me in person. You never really said my live, so
But you,
you can't really tell a person about me if you really don't know about me.
but you know what I realized on this app? It's on this app, y'all gotta realize something, right? And this is where it falls into the negative. This is where it falls into the negative, right?
Mhm.
Realistically, when it be issues on this app, it don't really be issues. It be other people who have issues that create issues for the people that don't have any issues because they need
Yeah.
content. They need some level up. They need something to
Mhm.
look forward to when they come on this app. They need that beef and energy. They need that. But the positive side of things is if y'all really know y'all grown when it comes to men, women, we're grown enough to have conversations to know
Mhm.
where we stand with each other. It's either we gonna be cool, we gonna deal with
Mhm.
each other, or we gonna stay away from each other. So at the end of the day, when if there's a history created between somebody and it didn't come directly from each other and it came through something, it ain't nothing really there. It
Like
ain't nothing that
I
was
want
even
to
there.
I want to piggyback
So
off of that. I want to piggyback off of that. You absolutely right. And how I feel about that, like, don't create no tension. Just because, like, say for instance, y'all gotta understand, y'all do not work for people. Like, y'all don't get up every day, work day 9 to 5, this, then the third. So stop claiming, oh, this is my gifter. You feel me? If somebody stop coming to your live and go to somebody else live and start supporting them, but they supporting both of y'all, don't try to persuade that person not to support that person because you want all the support. Now you just created a beat that wasn't there. You just created something that wasn't even that it even existed just because you want to hold claims to that person. Now you saying, "Oh, don't mess with Nico. Nico's a bad person. Nico does this." How you know you
but
never
guess what? Guess
you never
what?
came
This
to
is
my life?
where but this is where it falls
So I
into a
forgive it
factor
though. I
again.
forgive it though.
You gotta
I
forgive.
forgive
You
it though.
listen.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta forgive the nonsense. You want to know why y'all gotta forgive?
Yeah.
Because when y'all sit there and really sit on it, it's like it was never nothing really there. Because I can sit
Exactly.
here and tell a million people, Nico ain't crack. Don't mess with Nico. But it's up to these people as grown people that decide and learn and do things for themselves to make that decision not to deal with Nico. So we can't be, I'm not going to be mad at the person that told you not to deal with me. I'm really going to be mad at you because at the end of the day, you know what you could have did? You could
Exactly.
have followed your own mind, but you chose
But
not
see,
to.
that's where
So
the forgiveness kicks in, bro. That's where the
that,
forgiveness kicks in because you can't do nothing but forgive nobody that don't know you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know me, you don't know how I move. So why would I get mad at you and be like, oh man, skip him because he said this, that, and the third about me? I just say, let God, you know what I'm saying? Let God, you know, keep your mind from withering like that. You know what I'm saying? Let the creator of all creations let you understand, like, bro, Nico is actually a good person. You can't let
mhm.
greed kick in. It's enough wealth, it's enough diamonds, and enough gift to go around to
Good
everybody.
morning,
So
guys.
you know what I'm saying? You can't, you know, let that kick in. So you feel me?
So,
I mean,
and you know what? Because I wait before I get off topic because I think my other guest is in here too. I want y'all all to be able to speak before I get up because I want
mhm,
to hit with your sister situation.
mhm,
Um,
mhm,
being that I can relate to you,
mhm.
I think we'll never, like I said, forget it because the hardest thing is losing a sibling, and it might sound
Right.
crazy. Your cousin, yeah, all right, you lost your cousin. All right, damn, I miss my cousin. Damn, I miss my
Right.
auntie. I miss them, but freak, I grew up with my
That's
brother and
me.
my sister, and it's like so
Me,
it's
bro.
very hard. So I definitely understand when you what you're saying, and it's a process. But being that we kind of similar went to the same thing, those
Yeah.
people are where they need to be. And
Hmm.
God got us. And what I came out of my situation with the negative side is my brother, yeah, he's not here with
Appreciate
me. But everything that I've been accomplishing, I've been making sure to inquire him in it because I know if he was here with me right now, he would be rooting me on. He would be
that.
pushing me forward. Like even my business is in his name. Everything is about. things that I know that he had wanted from me. So all I wanted to say is that when you take, we can't bring them back, but we can definitely make more life out of their name and keep carrying them on and on to, you know, the rest of our life. Forgive and flourish, period. And as far as the tag situation, like you said, it's not popping if you don't got haters. You're not popping if there's not stories going around with you. This is like there's like paparazzi with people that's big on the app. You gotta remember, as soon as we press stream, it's like paparazzi taking pictures of us everywhere we go. They looking for the next story. They looking for the next dramatic drama. They looking for something. So it's for us to know. At the end of the day, if they say I got a problem with Nico, I'm gonna go to Nico and be like, Nico, you got my number. Let's talk about it. We can speak about it. That's the positive side of things. Anything negative, we could always twist it around, especially on this app. Because, like you said, I really never met you before. So how could I hate you for the rest of my life if I don't even know you off this thing? You feel me?
Yeah, you just can't say, oh, don't mess with Nico because he's this, that, the third. But you ain't never set my live or you never ever met me, bro. Like, so, you got to stop that. And it's funny you said that. Like, I live through my sister all the time. I want to show y'all something. This is a picture of her. I got it painted. It cost them near $3,000, but it was worth it because, like you said, like we
That's
can't bring them
beautiful.
back physically, but we can bring them back, like in a sense, like you feel me, like she's still here spiritually. So it's like a lot of stuff that I do. Like even I got her name in this ring. Like I don't know if y'all can see it. Like I got her name. Wait, it's so goddamn blingy.
Listen, it's so
Yeah,
icy. I'm
her
so
name, yeah,
icy.
her name in the ring. I
I
got a
see
picture
it.
of her
Yeah.
right there. You feel me? I got a picture of her right there. So it's like I just like you said, you gotta still live on. Like let their legacy live. You know what I'm saying? They might not be here in the flesh, but they're still here spiritually. And then that's another way you can you know what I'm saying, forget in the sense of you don't forget that they're gone, but you forget what happened and they just still here. You know what I'm saying? So that's a way that I learned how to forget stuff or like because sometimes I be forgetting what happened, you know what I'm saying? Because I be too busy admiring her face and admiring her presence, like spiritually. So, yeah,
Yes.
I just confident situation, that's how I forgive.
Definitely. Do you have two piece? Because I want two, like, two piece advice for you for the people, and I want to see if they got any questions for you before I let you go. So you have
Okay.
anything like for them to work as far through, but losing somebody and dealing with the app. Give me one from one.
Okay, boom. So when you lose somebody, just like get memorial pieces, still do stuff for them as if they still existed here on earth. They still exist spiritually. So I want y'all to know life is energy. So you got to understand just because their corpse is not moving and stuff like that, what was moving that corpse? Energy source. So know that
That's what
their
my
energy
mom
here.
said. She say
Exactly.
it's just
So
the
know that.
body.
Mhm. And then just like get little pieces and stuff made, like pictures, and because you still can have that person with you. You know what I'm saying? So that's one way you can cope and deal with that. You know what I'm saying? And just always remember the good times y'all had. Cause I remember if it wasn't for my sister, I probably wouldn't even be rapping right now. She got the beating on the table. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember lunchroom style. You know what I'm saying? We was in the living room. She
I
got the
used to do
beating
the
on the
Buster Rhymes. I used to do Buster
you feel
Rhymes.
me?
Do 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 do
She,
do.
she got the beat on the table, and then I got the rapping all of a sudden. I got the freestyling. So I just think about the good moments instead of the negative moments. That's one way you can deal with, what I'm saying, somebody passing. And, like I said, to forgive somebody who, if they harmed your loved ones or something like that, always remember, keep forward, look forward, don't look backward because you might crash. You hear me? And then,
Definitely.
far as exactly. Then far as the app, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, if they not talking about you, because people gonna talk about you whether you doing good or bad. You know what I'm saying? I always remember that. You could be the richest person on the app, somebody gonna still say to you, bro. You feel me? They gonna lie on your name regardless. You feel me? So with that being said, as far as the app, let it motivate you. Let that give you energy. Let it just motivate you. Let it push you through because if you let it like sink you and block you and you be like, man, that's not true. Da da da. What you're doing, you focus too much energy on that. Now you can't even progress and succeed on the app. But you gotta know like, oh, you giving me free promo. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you
Period.
like I
Period.
ain't gonna the version of TMZ. they actually helped me. I fuck with them. Whoever behind it, I love them now. You know
Language.
what I'm saying?
But yes, what I
You
was
know what
gonna
I'm saying?
say, yeah, and that's period. But we ain't gonna go too much on my baby
Y'all got the
T.
tools. Right, that's what I'm saying. I love them now because it's like,
That's
you
my
know, and
boo
then I
right
had a
there.
conversation with them off the app. You know what I'm saying? They was like, Nico, you cool as hell. You one of the coolest top badges. We just post everything. You know what I'm saying? So with
But
that being said, it's just like use that with a grain of salt and take it to your advantage and think optimistic about it. Like, oh, well, this person is taking the time out their day to talk about me. You know what I'm saying? So that means I'm doing something. You know what I'm saying? You got to be doing
definitely,
something. Nobody ain't talking about you. That means you ain't doing nothing. You got to worry about something. You feel me? So yeah, just use
definitely.
it as more.
De-
That's how I
I'm gonna take
use it
a
as more.
question for Nico before I let my next guest in. Do anybody have a question for him? Because I know, like I said, we all go through some of the similar things. Like I didn't even know his sister was murdered, my brother was murdered. So it's like, damn, shoot. Sometimes I
Mhm.
need somebody to speak to because I don't know how to deal with it.
I
I
do.
sometimes I don't understand it. So,
In fact.
um, sorry to
I
hear
don't
that,
think.
baby.
Yeah, I
Anybody
appreciate
got
it,
some
man.
questions for him before you go?
No, nah, I don't think they do.
All right, Nico. Tell them when they could catch you streaming. And I
All right, so
appreciate you and thank you for being a guest, baby.
it's a blessing that you had me on your show. You feel me? My boy Jay hit me up like, man, Nico, Lo. I'm like, oh, you know, we in different time zones. You in Eastern, I'm in
Yeah,
Central. So
I love my
yeah,
brother.
so,
He was somewhere helping.
so when you
He
said
was up.
11,
He was up an hour
I was
before.
I was thinking 11 my time because you're an hour ahead. You feel me? But good looking, Jay.
Yeah.
But um, you can catch me streaming on a daily basis. Sometimes I don't get to stream as much as I can. You feel me? But you gonna catch me every day, Monday through Sunday. Some days I can only stream for an hour or two. You know what I'm saying? Which is still good. You feel me? Stream every day. No specific time. I be on in the morning sometimes. I'm like low. You can catch me in the morning sometimes. I be on at night sometimes.
I
You
see
feel me?
you
We
when I
just
see you. I see you when I see you.
every day. And most important part, just tune in because I don't want to do too much promoting of my shows, but I got a lot of shows coming up. You feel me? And last but not least, like I said, I branded myself as Neek 16 now, but you still could call me Nico. Neek 16. Hey, make sure y'all tap in. I'm on Apple Music, Spotify, all that good stuff on all
Thank you,
platforms. Hey,
baby.
just Google that name, dog.
Appreciate you. Thank you, my love.
So I hope you have a
Le-
wonderful show,
And
and
I
I appreciate
appreciate you. Thank you. Let's go. Let's go. All right. I got my last guest in here. Y'all know how I love her. Jess, let's go. And then I'm gonna let my co-host in and we're gonna wrap this show up because I only got
No, it's
like 15.
crazy. Wait a minute. My
Hello?
overstep.
Hello? Is that
I'm
a
here.
black? Is that Miss Black VIP?
It is. After 6 months, I got that shit. Hey, hey.
Hello, hello. Introduce yourself.
Hi, my name's Jess. I'm a regular girl from the Bronx.
Okay.
Okay. I be streaming and whatever, Farm security.
So, Jess, I was looking for you earlier, but we won't talk about that later, girl. I wanted to know. I mean, today's topic is forgive or forget, or forgive and forget. And what was one of your hardest situations that you found yourself forgiving, forgetting?
Well, when you initially asked me the question, right away, it was my relationship with my father. Like off the bat. That's probably been one of the toughest situations. That's affected me from young. Oh, we just throwing lightning. From
Can I get one? But we gonna talk about that later. Let's go.
from young till now. Just because it affected my childhood so much. Um, so well, there's that. So when I was growing up, it's regular. My mother was a single mother. She had her own business. She did what she could, but my father wasn't shit. He,
Language twin.
sorry,
Thank you.
I
It's
don't know
okay.
how else you say that. He didn't really help us. He was very selfish and he was a migrant, so he was always trying to go back and forth between DR. Thank you, Champagne. He was abusive and wasn't present where we needed him to be. And I carried that for a long time, even with men and children. I ain't never having kids. I ain't getting married. Like, these dudes ain't nothing. They never gonna help me. This is what I grew up watching with my father. And at around like, I want to say in my 20s, I still held that. And I would be really mad, still be like, I ain't calling him. What am I calling him for? But my brother, he was more forgiving. He had a better relationship with him. And I started looking around and I go, my brother, my mother, my sisters, like, don't nobody hold the same grudge I do. I carry that by myself. And they would look at me like, why are you always so mad? And I'd be like, why are we doing that?
I'm listening.
Uh, be like, why are we always doing that? Why are you always carrying that grudge? And it's because I can't forget. There's a reason why we have memory and sensations, and why you grow up not touching the stove because it's hot. Um, so from that, watching my family sort of be okay with him sort of existing, and then realizing like there's really nothing we could do about family. Family is family, but he did us wrong. And the more I started learning about myself and sort of learning from my brother who managed to have a relationship with him, you know, he just kept telling me, that's family. And so it took my own spiritual journey to realize, I gotta forgive, because for myself, I can't carry all this hate. I can't always be angry at him for what he did. Granted, I'm never gonna be, well, people make mistakes. That's not my character. I'm not that forgiving. You make a mistake and I'm not gonna forget it, in the sense of, was it a human mistake or was it intentional? And so, with that relationship, I sort of figured some things you just don't understand and some things just aren't ever going to change. And so for yourself, it's just not healthy to decide that you're going to carry the weight of all somebody's issues on your back, because you feel so emotionally moved by it. And I realized, like, this is too much. And when I finally, got to the end of that.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, like, how do you work? How did you work through that? Because, like, as a that daddy's girl, it's and when I had situations with my father where we completely stopped talking for years. Like, he didn't meet my daughter until she was like 6 years old. So it's like they always say if a girl looks for the image of her father, and it's the way her father treats her. So when you saying that him doing that stuff had you looking at men like, you know what, I don't want this, I don't want that, like,
Exactly.
my dad did this, so why the heck would I want, and it make, because sometimes, even like I said, I've been through a lot with my dad. I look at it like, it's certain things that I see guys do, and I watch my father do it, and I don't like it.
Right.
And it would be a complete, like, turn off. It would be like, whoa. You feel me?
Hmm.
So I get what you're saying. So I want to know, like, how did you work through it, especially as a female child?
So there was something that my mother told me when I had kept going through this with her, and she kept like not understanding why I can't just let him be my father. And she sort of help me realize that things are, like I said, you can't understand, they're set in stone. And she looked at me and she said, that was my fault. I picked him. That was a mistake that I made. I didn't pick the better person for myself. So from that, I never settle. I never say, I'm just gonna be okay with someone doing me half par or doing me what I wouldn't do for someone, because I know I'm so giving. And when it comes to relationships, that can be nothing but real. So, my mother helped me realize, like, this isn't gonna always happen to you. This was a decision that I poorly made. And the only way that you can adjust or make it any better is to understand it, or understand that you will not understand, and sort of move forward. Yeah, that was pivotal for me. Which
I swear that was
that's
that's an
my
eye
thing.
opener.
Yeah, and it
But
sort
she
of helped me
helped you
not
with
carry
that.
that burden anymore. Like, it's not anyone's fault. It's not my mother's fault. When we're young and we fall in love and everything looks so great, and she was 22 and she had me. I'm 31 now. When I was 22, I was still a kid. So it helped me sort of realize like it, it is what it is. And if my mother could be as successful and progressive as she is now, granted the situation, like it was so the situation was so bad with my father that she had to tell the courts that she didn't know where he was just so she could get, our passports and stuff. And I had to watch her go through those things young, and I think I resented my father for that. But in reality, like now I look at it and I'm like, that's exactly what a woman is supposed to do. You take a situation for what it is, and you always find the workaround. You don't ever give up. And if you hold on to that resentment at the same time, you're never gonna, like Nico said, you can't be driving forward and then looking back. You're gonna crash. You gotta keep going. You cannot carry all that with you. So, that's what really helped me sort of
So,
turn the stone.
like, now that you're older, are you more open into like talking to your dad and like,
Yes and no, because this goes back to the forget thing. Like, I feel like children have to develop their bonds with their parents at a young age. My father never reached out for me. He never called me because he was embarrassed. I was the one kid that be like, "What you calling me for? Like you crazy? Like you was really doing
you the raggedy one?
I
I
was
get
that kid. Everybody
it.
loved my father because he was fun.
They
And,
forgave him.
yeah, but I
Yeah.
was like, "Fuck is you calling me for? I don't want to talk to you." He missed my birthday one year. I was like 16. I didn't speak to him for 3 years until I had to go to DR. And then he got locked up. And then I was really looking at him like, man,
Are you the baby? Are you're
I'm his
so
middle
you were
child.
more you were old enough to know what he was doing and stuff. That's probably what you was really holding on to because
Yeah.
you actually got to see and feel everything that he was doing. But as far as pushing forward, like you said, that's something negative you've been through your life. And the positive thing is now you don't settle for less. You're more open, and your mom helped you really with telling you that because it opens your eyes up like, all right, so it's not me, it's okay.
Hmm.
So moving, forward, what do you do? Because what do you do in this situation? How do you?
Well, for one, like, I don't hate him as much. I accept him for what he is, but I also know I'll never have the relationship that, women should have with their father. And so I didn't realize till later on that that's the part that I resented the most because you see movies with daddy's girl and da 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 da, and they love their father, and I'm like, why am I not that way? And it's just that it is what it is. But you sort of keep that in mind, for the next thing when I
But girl, as much as you a daddy's girl, you still do like daddy's girl live up to daddy's expectation. I guess I'm a halfway daddy's girl because I halfway did whatever it is. I did the school part he wanted me to do,
right.
but as far as everything else, I just fell out of the thing. But because we gotta wrap up, do you have any advice? Like, leave us with two great, strong pieces of advice from Jess herself.
Well, forgiveness is for the soul, for yourself and nobody else. So when you're in a situation where you resent somebody or you feel like you sort of carrying this sort of hate in your heart for somebody, let it go. It's not healthy. It's toxic. It's like smoking a cigarette when you're pregnant. It's just something you shouldn't do for your body or for your future. Like you just let it go. You're gonna be better off living stress free and letting that person carry their mistakes. Now, I don't think you should ever forget people don't change, y'all. They don't. They might, but they don't. Once they show up
I,
the first time, that's their character.
I
But you take it for a grain of salt. You let them live for who they are. Live and let live.
you heard her. Anybody got a question for Jess before she leave? Big Jess in the building. Anybody got a question for her?
It's better now, but I'm way too picky.
How'd you do? Oh yeah, you didn't hear her? She said she ain't tolerating nothing. She expects for ya. What's your question, sir? Because we gotta wrap this up. What's your question, sir? Can you give us an example of a forgive and forget on tag of your experience? Just one example, please.
I don't see my version of forgiveness is not as great as it should be. There are people that have done me wrong, and I've just decided to turn the other cheek in the sense of live and let live. I'll let you live in your space. I'll live in my space. But we will never have the same relationship we ever had before because of, either things I've heard or seen. We have memory for a reason. You're not supposed to be forgetting that stuff ever. We have sensation for a reason. Um, we have instincts for a reason. So, in the sense of, I think Nico talked on it too. Like, you could get to know the person, do your due diligence. Once you did that, and they still not right in your soul, they not right for your space. But that doesn't necessarily mean you to walk around and trash them or whatever it is. It is what it is, and when you ready to speak on it, you speak on it.
Felipe, we hear you. We hear you, Felipe. You right. You over there telling her she got this. um,
Just move
well,
on.
you heard her. Best from Jess herself. Make sure y'all favor up. Let them know when you'll be streaming. Let them know when you'll be streaming.
Right after these messages.
Thank you, because I see this was actually a good example of turning a negative into a positive of you avoiding that question. Good job, twin. High five. Hello, hello, hello. So today's topic was
Yo.
the
That was a good
brighter
show.
side with Lolo.
That was a good
Um,
show.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We did great. We did great. Shout out to Rican Vic, shout out to Nico, shout out to my twin Jess. Make sure you favor all three of these people. Shout out to all you guys. I don't want y'all to think I didn't see you guys. I seen y'all, but I'll be trying to stay focused on the show itself. Next stream, turn up, turn up. But right now, shout out to my co-host,
For
Mr.
sure, for
Meek.
sure.
And no,
For
he
sure,
don't
for
do
sure.
tattoos. Don't
Ha, you
don't act like
stupid. You
he don't do
stupid.
no tattoos.
Hey,
He
no
just
cap,
got a lot of
man. I
tattoos.
appreciate everybody who came on the show today, man. Just to end the
Learned a
show,
lot
man.
from them.
Yeah, for real, man. To end the show, man, I really got three things, man, from everybody, and it pretty much sums everything up. Number one, it is okay to forgive. Okay, I understand there's some situations where you cannot forgive, man. Rape victims, death, murder. I understand all that, you know what I mean, and you shouldn't. But at the same time, right? Understand this, right? And if you don't take anything from today, take this, right? Time is more valuable than money. Okay, holding on to shit that's not going to benefit you, right, and it's going to be negative, is wasting time. Okay, don't let that fly over your head, y'all. Time is more valuable than money. All right. The other thing was y'all were talking about tag, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, right, no one's obligated to anybody on this app. Okay. That's number one. No one's obligated to anybody on this app. But at the same time, you treat people how they treat you in real life. If they're not loyal to you, you know what I mean? You loyal to them, it's okay to cut them off. Okay. If you see red flags like you would see in a relationship, or in a friendship, it's okay to not associate yourself with that. All right. Stop trying to force stuff that's not for you. And I promise you, I'll be okay. And then last thing, everything happens for a reason, and everything happens to us because we allow it to happen to us. Like Jess's situation with her father, you know what I mean? She don't know her relationship or her mother's relationship with her father. You know what I'm saying? Like mama, I didn't have my father as well, but at the same time, I kind of see. I don't know because my baby mama's putting me through some things to where I can't even contact my child. You get what I'm saying? So now I don't know. You know what I mean? So at the same time, what's for you is gonna be for you, but don't hold on to the negative energy, y'all. On that note, I'm out. Shout out to the brighter side with Low. Shout out to everybody who didn't came in this live today, man, and show some support. It's definitely appreciated. Yeah, man. Y'all stay up.
So listen, next week, Friday, we'll be doing this again. I will post a topic on Instagram. If you feel like you can relate to the topic, just inbox me and you can be a guest on the show. I appreciate everybody for coming up, showing, staying the full hour and some change. And save up all my guests, Reek and Vic, Jess, Nico. Shout out to all my bosses in here. Y'all know that's my thing. Shout out to my co-host. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to my number two for going to go get some of my guests. I appreciate him because I was over here panicking a little 2 seconds. So shout out to him for being up an hour extra before my show and definitely going to go wake everybody up that I needed to be waking up. And TGIF, thank God it's Friday, and I see you guys in about a couple of minutes. Turn up. Welcome to the brighter side with LoLo. Catch my next stream. It's lit. Later, y'all. Thank you.